Atlanta News First Chief Investigator Brendan Keefe has been investigating flock cases nationwide for Investigate TV.
So, Brendan, why are we seeing more firings and arrests of Georgia police officers accused of misusing this database in just the last month?
It seems like a lot, right?
Yeah.
And that's because it's true. We found at least 20 cases where Georgia officers were relieved of duty and/or arrested in the last year for using flock for personal reasons, including accusations of stalking romantic partners, some of them fellow officers or deputies. You asked why they're getting caught now. Flock announced during an interview with Atlanta News First Investigates in April that it had launched a new audit assistance tool.
We built a tool that uses AI to flag for the city if there might be a suspicious search of some reason, or one that just maybe might be out of policy for the city. Every time somebody logs in and tries to perform a search in Flock, it is cataloged, and that's there in an audit log that's immutable. So there's public accountability in this.
And that's a lot of data. Remember, more than 90,000 flock cameras nationwide photograph every car that passes, and that data is searchable by the government for 30 days. This new AI-powered tool now flags suspicious police searches for department supervisors. So instead of searching through millions of records in the audit logs each month, they're given a dashboard with the questionable searches and a needs review button.
Yeah, Brendan, so Flock's own technology helping catch the bad guys. But in the story that Bridget just did and the ones we've done in weeks before, the bad guys happen to be the police themselves.
Yeah, sometimes that's the case. In many cases, Flock says each firing and arrest of an officer shows its accountability system is working, but that raises two questions. In the years before the audit assistance tool, how many officers were abusing the system to track romantic partners without ever getting caught? And second, why has the company removed the names and tag numbers from audit logs when that data has helped the public identify some of these alleged stalkers with a badge?
Very good questions, but what data is Flock removing, and how might that help protect an officer who might use this for illicit purposes?
Yeah, they're actually doing it because of public records. We know of at least 2 cases nationwide, one of them here in Georgia, where the alleged stalking victims themselves discovered their exes in law enforcement were searching their tags, and they found that out because of haveibeenflocked.com. That's a website creating a searchable database from public records that others have requested. That led Flock to remove officer names from all external network searches, replaced with anonymized Flock ID numbers. Flock said they did this to, quote, protect officer safety in active investigations after officers asked the company to protect their identities. Now, mind you, they track you, but they don't want you tracking them. Flock also no longer includes license plate numbers in the audit logs, so it's now impossible for you, the public, to see who is searching your car using this system that's watching everyone without your consent.
Thank you, Brendan. We appreciate your continued work on this topic. And Brendan and our Atlanta News First Investigates team have been hard at work watching the watchers. Find more of our coverage at atlantanewsfirst.com/investigates, like Brendan's work, highlighting the people tracking where Flock cameras pop up in your community.